see your war face!
Squad, the perfect military simulator to dip your toes into the pool before deciding to drown in the treacherous deep end that is Arma 3. Now, you've seen me play this game before, and I've played it with my buddy DJ Louie plenty of times on my Twitch streams in the past, but I've only posted the one video of some Squad gameplay on YouTube, and the majority of you probably had no clue what I was doing. So today, I'm going to talk about why you should be playing this game instead of getting jerked around trying to fit in with other milsim enthusiasts in Arma 3 before anything else. Lucky, you're gonna have to get yourself into cover.
Driving.
Jesus.
The shot came from you. I got shot up in the street just here.
If you've ever played a game of Battlefield multiplayer in the past, or Call of Duty's atrocious excuses for big team battle game modes such as Combined Arms and Domination Assault, then you probably get the idea of what most game modes in Squad are like. It's practically the same thing, except the maps are 4 to 5 times the size of your average Battlefield map, area objectives are widely spread out, bullet drop and ballistics are realistic and as true to life as they can be, and you will most certainly die over and over and over again due to the fact that it doesn't take a lot of shots to kill a human being. Just like real life.
Woo! I got it!
Nice. Digging, I'm next to you. Do you want to call the medic over? Nice.
Fuck, that was so quick.
Cheers, man. So far as recording this, there are only 7 military forces in Squad you can play in each match, and each match teams will be different according to the area and the objective. These forces are the US Army, the Russian Ground Forces, the British Army, the Canadian Army, Insurgents, Irregular Militia, and of course the Middle Eastern Alliance. Each team brandishes different vehicles for armoured combat and different weaponry for infantry and specialist units, and I would strongly advise that you learn the difference between the uniforms of the two opposing armies before joining a team each match, because it will certainly help you identify your targets and the differences between friend and foe. Unlike most shooters, Squad doesn't mark who your friends are immediately, which is why I am now warning you all about identifying targets. The only person on your team that Squad will constantly let you know is your friend and where they are on your HUD is your squad leader, and if you are already a squad leader, your team's commander. So be careful not to shoot your friends and accidentally incapacitate them, only to waste bandages on them instead of using them when they actually count. Something just got blown up by accident. With big team battles comes big teams, and Squad offers plenty of that. Considering the average size of these maps, it makes sense that each team can have up to 50 players at a time, with the entire team split into squads of up to 9 players. Just like the real military, there is a chain of command to cover as much ground as possible. You have player-assigned team commanders who basically run the whole show and give squad leaders goals to reach throughout a match. Meanwhile, the squad leaders command their own squad of 8 other players, so it's important to note that you should listen to what your squad leader says, considering they are the only person who can relay instructions given to them by the team commander to you. And that's due to the fact that the voice chat in Squad is split into 3 different channels. You have local proximity chat, which allows you to chat to anyone in your team within a 50-meter radius. Squad radio, which allows you to communicate to all members of your squad and your squad only. And command radio, a channel only granted to squad leaders that allows them to talk to all other squad leaders or specific squad leaders if you have a numpad on your keyboard. If your keyboard doesn't have a numpad, then unfortunately you're either plebeian scum or just plainly fucking poor.
Boys on move, mark the shooting, marksman. I need eyes on that. Marksman, get eyes on that. Is he in the bunker? On the move mark, the real move mark. Get a HE round in there.
1x KIA. Hey Scotty, you got a good sightline up there?
There's a lovely sight line up here, mate, over the south-hand side of the, there.
Yep.
I'd recommend it.
In my experience playing Squad, most servers only play 5 of the 7 game modes with a good reason, because the objectives are easy to understand and are incredibly engaging no matter if your squad decides to play offensively or defensively, and they cover up the entire map. You have Advanced and Secure, which is essentially a tug-of-war type of area control game mode where all objective areas are already placed on the map and typically chain up in a relatively straight path of displacement. Or you can play the random Advanced and Secure game mode, which follows the same game mode principles, but as the name suggests, objectives are randomly placed each time a team captures an objective.
Big Boss and Grenadier, stay with me. We're getting picked up by the helo.
And where are we pushing after that?
We're pushing to move mark. Flying up high.
So that covers AS and RAS, but what about Destruction? Think of this as an oversized version of Search and Destroy, where one team has to scour the entire map to find key objectives, usually found in the map's common hotspots, and destroy all objectives by any means necessary. Defenders, usually being either one of the 2 militia forces or the terrorist insurgents, have to defend their caches against the attackers before all objectives are destroyed, the team loses all 1,000 team tickets, or the timer runs out. Territory control is a weird one as well. If any of you still play PlanetSide 2 like a wretched nerd funneling countless hours into World of Warcraft, then you probably already know how this one goes. The map is split up into hexagonal areas which both teams have to fight to occupy at least 95% of all of them, or hold a majority of territories over the opposing team to drain them of tickets. After all that explanation and gas bagging, you're probably still thinking, "No, Don, what the fuck is a ticket?" Well, settle your petty ass down and let me explain, maggot. Tickets are what values your team's score, and at the beginning of each match, both teams start with an equal amount of them unless you're playing Destruction, in which case attackers start with 200 tickets and the defenders start off with 1,000. The ticket system works very similarly to Battlefield, except your team can also gain them by completing certain objectives or denying the enemy team resources like forward operating bases and vehicles, or, you know, granting the enemy team's entire infantry force the dispassionate euthanasia. Do that.
Good spot as well too.
I just wiped out an entire squad and fuck! Speaking of forward operating bases, given that maps are wide, long, and sometimes incredibly fucking high, squad leaders are given the freedom to establish FOBs that serve as spawn points for the entire friendly team, and they can be placed in any appropriate location on the map as you wish, which is why every time you start up a match and spawn at the main base, you'll find that most squads tend to scramble for the nearest logistics truck rather than the heavily armored death machine that is the US military standard issue M1 Abrams tank, because like it or not, these dainty trucks carry more strategic value to the team, and when used correctly, can make or break a match. Nice.
Yeah, boy. Easy. Nice. Close one.
So here's how it works. You load in during the setup phase before the match really begins, drive a truck loaded with building materials, ammunition, and as many squad mates as you can carry, establish an FOB creation point, mark where you want the FOB to be built, and watch as your squad puts in the hard labor like the little obedient maggots they are. And last but not least, the classes. Now you can't modify loadouts for any of these classes, but depending on the class and whether or not you have enough members in your squad to gain access to these classes, you can choose certain variants. Holy shit!
You're fucking kidding.
We just lost a scout car on the front line.
Yeah, saw it, yeah. That could have been me, mate, but I'm well hidden.
That attack.
Yep, you can hear it.
Fourth shot, unwind. What's up? And that's about it. Thank you for watching the whole video. Sorry it's been a while since I've uploaded on YouTube, but hey, you know me, I'm more of a streamer now. You can check me out live whenever I'm online on Twitch to see gameplay like this in real time and chat with me as I play. Or you can even follow me on Instagram to see what I'm doing in and outside of gaming and keep up to date with my non-existent stream schedule. Squad is a really fun game, a very difficult and brutal bitch of a game, but a fun one nonetheless, and I would definitely recommend it to anyone who wants to start playing Arma 3 or just wants something other than Rainbow Six Siege and Battlefield day in day out. But that's all the time I have left. Stay safe and don't forget to like and subscribe for more bullshittery like this.